Hello and good afternoon to everyone, and welcome. My name is Michael, and this is another Happy English live English lesson coming to you from right here in Happy English in New York City. All right. Thank you so much for joining me live here today on YouTube. I've got a great set of things to talk about today. We're going to look at the difference today between still and so far. All right, I've had a couple of questions about that recently, so I thought I would get to that. And then we're going to talk about work. We're going to talk about words that we use and vocabulary that we use to talk about and use the word work, and how to answer the question about work, like, what do you do? So that is what I've got planned for you here. Before we get to that, I'd like to just say a quick hello to Alex. Thanks for joining us today. Nor, hello. Thanks for joining us here on YouTube. If you've just joined and this is your first time, my name is Michael, and I'm coming to you here from New York City live. That's right. Hey, Oscar, thanks for joining us. All right, let's get to today's English point. Oh, I almost forgot. If you would like to get free English lessons, not live, free English lessons in your email box, all you have to do is go to myhappyenglish.com. It's over there. And click members and insert your name and your email, and I will send you those. Not every day, but a couple of times a week. Okay, so hold on one second before we get started. Julio, hello, good vibe. How you doing? Dominique from France. Wow, the whole world is here. Awesome. All right, let's get started studying today's point. So, I've had a lot of questions. A couple of people asked me about so far. What does that mean, so far? And how do I use that? And what's the difference between so far and still? Well, here is the answer. I think we use so far when we talk about a trend that's been happening until now, and we expect that to continue. We have this phrase, so far so good. Hey, how's your new job? So far so good. It means from the beginning until now, it's okay, it's good, and it seems like it's going to continue that way. The weather in New York has been pretty cold so far. So from the past until now, the weather has been cold, and we expect this trend to continue. And so far, I think, focuses on a trend. That's different from still. Jack still lives in Brooklyn. He started living in Brooklyn in the past, and he still lives there right now. But still doesn't have any kind of nuance about the future. And that's the difference between so far and still. As well, in a sentence where you use the present perfect to talk about something that started in the past and continues to now, you can't use so far. So, for example, I can say, Jack still lives in Brooklyn. But I can't say Jack lives in Brooklyn so far. Or so far Jack lives in Brooklyn. Because so far has a nuance that thing will be continuing in the future. And that's the different point between so far and still. So far this winter, the weather has been cold in New York. How about the weather where you live? So far, how has the weather been? Why don't you leave a comment and let us know? Ives Ferrari, hello from Brazil. Thank you, guys. Nice to see everyone here today at this Happy English lesson. And I'm sorry that suddenly the time changed. We were scheduled to go on at 3:30 live, but I changed that to 1:30. Sorry for any confusion that may have caused. One of my students here in New York had to change their schedule. That's why I had to do that. All right. Next, let's talk about work, shall we? Work, 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 work. That seems like all I do these days, even though it's a lot of fun. If you want to know about somebody's job, you could ask them, hey, Michael, what is your job? But the most natural way to ask somebody their job is, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do means, what is your job? All right? And usually for native English speakers, the answer is your job title. Sometimes I have a conversation with someone like this. Hey, what do you do? Oh, I work in an office. Or, hey, what do you do? Oh, I'm a businessman. Yeah, everybody works in an office. If you look around New York City, there's millions of offices. So we like to have something more specific. Hey, what do you do? I'm an English teacher. What do you do? I'm a system engineer. Huh? I'm a system engineer. Thank you. Sometimes English pronunciation is difficult even for native speakers. That's me. How about you? What do you do? Why don't you leave a comment in the comment box and let us know? So, this is only my third cup of joe today, by the way, in case some of you guys are counting. Speaking of work and what you do, there are a couple of different ways that you can use prepositions with the verb work. And that, my friends, is the next topic. Before we get there, hello, Gustavo, and hello, who's here? Darioshe. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Sometimes the voice and image are not synchronized. Yes, I've noticed that too. I don't know why that is. Sometimes my face and my voice are in a different place. All right, let's talk about work and prepositions. All right, the first is work at. You can work at a place. I work at Happy English. I work at a school. So work at talks about the place you work. If you want to talk about the company or the name of the company, you can use for. I work for Happy English. Jack works for Microsoft. So work for talks about the company. Work in talks about the industry. I work in education. Fabrizio works in the auto industry. All right? Jack works in computers. That's the computer industry. So work in an industry. Work on is the task that you are doing. This morning, I worked on some lessons. Last night, I worked on a report. How about you? Have you recently worked on something? Why not leave a comment and let us know? Work with, after with comes the tool that you use. I work with a laptop. My friend Joe is a gardener. He works with a lawnmower and other gardening tools. So a chef works with knives. So work with a tool. Work on a task. Work on the report. Work in an industry. Work in education. work for a company. I work for Happy English. Work at a school. I work at a school. Work at a place, rather. You work at a place. I work at a school. Maybe you work at a restaurant. That'd be cool. Someday I'd like to work at a restaurant too. The last one is the phrasal verb work out. And work out has a totally different meaning. Work out means to exercise. So if you jog or go to the gym and lift weights or use machines, you can say, I work out. All right? Work out. So work out means to exercise. How about you guys? Do you guys sometimes work out? All right. So that, my friends, brings us to the end of today's live English lesson. Tomorrow, I'll be back early in the morning New York time. That's going to be 6:30 a.m. I know that's early for a lot of people in North America and in South America, but I'm doing that sometimes because the people who live in Asia that want to see this, right now it's 3:30 in the morning in Seoul, so I don't think people want to wake up and watch me. Maybe they do. All right. Thank you so much for coming to today's live English lesson. And I'm going to have a non-live video coming out on Sunday. I hope you like that. And don't forget, if you would like to get English lessons in your email box, just visit myhappyenglish.com, hit members, and you can sign up. And while you're there, you can check out over 1,000 free English lessons for you. That's right, just for you. All right, thank you so much for joining me for today's lesson, and I look forward to seeing you guys again right here tomorrow at Happy English. Bye, guys.